and here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Es lo que me di cuenta.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
Yo lo que me di cuenta que no estaba grabando. Técnicamente lo que llevamos fue como que nos dieron libritos de misiones y cómo ir avanzando. Y cómo te desplazas con los polvos flu.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today.
Oh, yeah,
and I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good
One
boats
piece?
and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Aunque básicamente lo que no grabé, seguramente, fue nada más seguirla y que me enseñara a usar el librito ese de los retos.
Transfiguration has always come easily to me. I suppose some minds are more suited to it than others.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
You can try the available quests from the maps. Completando las misiones principales, desbloquear la historia, desbloquear las características y ganar experiencia. Algunas misiones están bloqueadas por hechizo o nivel requerido. En estos casos, tú requieres cierto nivel o requiere cierto hechizo para activar la misión. Nuevos hechizos pueden ser aprendidos completando las tareas de los profesores o recompensas de misión. Defensa con las artes oscuras, van a dar levioso. Y clase de encantamientos van a dar accio. Vamos a la de accio.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Entonces tenemos este librito. Aquí vemos los retos, las colecciones. Y ahora los settings ya están acá. Antes salían de aquí nada más. El inventario. Por ejemplo, un gorrito. Mi gorra. Ay, no. Y así vamos a dejar los guantes. Pero no me gusta el color, así que no. Monturas y tengo aquí bloqueado esto.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Aquí está. Clase de encantamientos. Vea la clase, la. Y la otra es defensa contra las artes oscuras. Luego están estos guías que son como cositas que aparecen invisibles y con revelo los encuentran.
Revelio.
Está grande el castillo, What?
Revelio.
Se trabó, no. Ah, ya. Les digo, cuando cargas, pasas a una nueva parte, es como que se pone a cargar todas las texturas. Tal vez tiene el problema del que tenía el PUBG al inicio, ¿eh? Ya. Ya que las carga, que tiene cada detalle. Según yo le cambié las configuraciones para esto y cada vez que abres el juego, por lo que vi, te vuelve a cargar todo, a reconfigurar todo. Y así de, ay no, Hogwarts. Los árboles que se mueven están bien detallados, mira. Y seguro si miro allá abajo hay gente. ¿Ven?
Revelio.
Defensa contra las artes oscuras. Aquí falta una mariposa, ¿no? Y nada por el detalle, lo brilloso y todo eso. Y la parte que se mueven las pinches estatuas. Y las pinturas. Y los fantasmas que van corriendo. Ahí está un gato.
Revelio.
Y eso en otra sección, ¿eh? Aquí no se mueven las escaleras como en Harry Potter. Es que esas las mandó poner Dumbledore cuando llegó. Director. Mira, ahí es donde empieza a sufrir el... Ahí está Fluffy.
Revelio.
Mira, Rebelio me enseñó un cofrecito. ¿Y cómo llega el pinche cofre? Había otro, ¿no?
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Está bloqueado, necesito un nivel, dice. Debería aprender la cat con que hace sus sus mapas esos grandes y igual Redemption. Ya llegamos a clase de encantamientos.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit.
Revelio.
Sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Allá enfrente hay un
Some of
cofre.
us don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
Lumos máxima, de primo, Azio. Todos son los hechizos de acá. El cofre está del otro lado, adentro.
You think Gareth Weasley would be better at transfiguration, considering his aunt teaches the
Vamos a
thing.
iniciar.
Here. Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie.
Not
So you
Simon.
are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Dice pista, muchas misiones tienen hechizos o requisitos de nivel. La línea blanca indica todo objetivo activo. Modo. Ay, se me olvidó el nombre de la traducción de esa cosa. Como que lo tienes en vista. Oh, y ahí va se va a tardar.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your splendid stave. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you.
Accio!
That's it! Very good. happens to the best of us. Very good! Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Chale.
You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. That is how it's done.
Accio.
No.
Not to worry.
Be sharp. There we go.
Accio.
Ah, ya, más o menos.
Let us see this.
Lo estoy aprendiendo.
Splendid!
Una revancha. Digo mi revancha.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this.
Dale, dale, dale.
Concentrate, Natsai.
Accio.
Here we go.
Así, pues ahorita también ya la gano yo.
Excellent control there.
Be sharp.
¡Ay, hijos de...
That is how it's done.
A ver si me sale para acá.
Accio.
¡No! ¡La regué!
Stay focused.
Me ganaban por 10 porque la regué. Nadie había jugado tantito y ganaba. Sigo mi revancha de nuevo.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Sigo mi revancha. Me empujó mi bolita frente a la otra. Dice, bloquea el objetivo. Tiene una herramienta efectiva contra enemigos que tienen combo.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand?
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
A word, if you would.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? Miss Onai is a talented witch. Take it in stride. One often gains the most from the battles one has lost.
Of course, Professor. It was a challenging match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Tiene un logro, primera clase en encantamientos.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Revelio.
No, no está aquí. Está allá atrás de esa pared. ¿Se puede acceder a la pared? No, se me puede brincar. Pues no tanto, chale. El nivel bloqueado.
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
No se puede hablar con todos los estudiantes, chale.
I've no doubt that Black will be remembered as the worst headmaster Hogwarts has ever seen. no ability to have a rapport with pupils.
Y bueno, ahí se asoja.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752.
And by the end of it,
Ahí está Pibis. Ay, moco de gusarajo.
Say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling lies.
it was Albert Booth.
Ah, ya sé cómo.
Aquí.
The minister of Boom or the minister of...
Vamos a ver qué recolectamos. Ok. ¿Y dónde veo esas hojas? No me acuerdo yo. No hay misiones. Acá está colecciones. Homesmade. Ah, la estatua de Kelpie.
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us
Ahí
in
está
trouble.
otro Michi.
She says it's a boom and he says it's a fag.
Enough. You'll get us all detention. And you're both wrong anyway. It was
Revelio.
Sí, 0, 3, 5. No sé a qué se refiere.
I wish I was. What was that for?
Pibis.
It's about time.
Así que... Ah, pero con la M, no entra una más fácil. Las misiones alternas están disponibles, puedes encontrar dentro de las regiones de juegos marcadas con la banderita. Descubrir y explorar el mundo, estas misiones te dan experiencia y no avanzan en la historia principal. Ay, 150 páginas. Vamos a esta. Creo que ni la marcó. A ver. Como vamos a dar doble clic. Puedo hacer el viaje, pero eso me va a consumir memoria. A ver. Tantas texturas. Digo, no lo veo mal, pero creo que podrían optimizarlo un poco más. Ay, hoja.
Slytherins are lucky they get to sleep next
Accio.
Yes, well, I'm sure riding a horse would be just as good as riding a broom.
Yes, well, it likely would be. Unless you were an impatient sort, I suppose.
Do you think a horse can go faster than a broom? Don't be absurd. Of course it can't.
Creo que cuando ya cargó la
can go quite fast, I've heard. They race them in some parts.
Oh yes, I've heard that too.
There's something in there, I just know it.
Hello, I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello, I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Are there any other empty paintings like this around the school?
Yes, a few. This entire place is somewhat of a riddle, to be honest. If I can work out the riddle of this one, I'll know what to do with all of them. As good a place as any to begin.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
Si consumo lumos, pasa algo.
Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
Lumos. That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby. This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it? Revelio.
Estatua de Gregory el Smarmy. Esto con Ingradiating Green, no sé qué significa esa palabra. A pesar de la idea medieval, Gregory el Smarmy es un hechicero famoso que inventó la unción untuosa de Gregory, que es una poción que hace que el que la bebe confíe en quien se la da la poción como su mejor amigo, algo así.
Lumos. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
Ok, tengo que llevarla de esa cosa de regreso a la pintura.
I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Ah, así se recolectan esas cosas.
I thought your mother was nice.
Aprendí algo.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth! I should have seen that.
Revelio.
crecida.
I really have made a mess of things.
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds a rather complicated way to simply avoid carrying your books.
Possibly. But where's the fun in simplicity? New charms and spells have to come from someone. Why not me? I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened a piece of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
Dice que colecte los libros. Y aquí está cargando esta sección. O sea, cuando carga, una vez que carga ya no te presenta este problema. Ahí va el pinche libro.
Accio! Got it. Only 4 more to go.
Profesor Blatt, sería que va a la malla intermedia. Entonces, lección. Precisa Bloom parece pensar que la orilla es de ella personaria. Si la última encantamiento es más destructivo, yo puedo considerar Pigstein en comparación. Ok. What the fuck?
Revelio.
Seguro hay un cofre ahí.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Accio! This must be Cressida's diary. I'd want this back too if I were her.
Okay. Los monkeys avientan una idea. Okay.
Revelio.
¿Qué es esto? Estoy aquí buscando los pinches libros. Supongo que esta es la sección prohibida. Fullmetal Alchemist. Había unas escaleritas acá, ¿no? Ciencia y potencia. Pero angusta a angusta.
Accio. Revelio.
Acá hay una hoja de estas. Yo vi una de estas hojas por acá y aquí está, ahí estaba el otro libro que falta.
Accio. That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Revelio.
El viejo bibliotecario. En los primeros lugares de Hogwarts. Aquí observamos que él no tenía tolerancia al ruido de los estudiantes y no sabía cómo usar el... usaba el hechizo del encantamiento de silencio.
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Here you are.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin. Thank goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want anyone but me reading my diary.
Subí a nivel 3.
It's a relief to finally have an answer.
Tengo que hacer estas cosas. Ya no hay más misiones. Ya no. No nos queda lo de encantamientos. Vamos a ver si podemos ir hacia eso.
What are you up to now?
That's the last time I have a potion
Revelio.
that I don't write down.
Pero quién sabe cómo, a qué se refiere a esto. Ok, vamos a desbloquear otra de esto para desplazarnos rápido. Este está más largo y seguramente no tengo acceso a él. Ah, sí que es hasta arriba, ¿no? Esa cosa.
Revelio.
Y una foto de un infler. Cuando tenga el mío le voy a llamar Roberto para que vean que soy amigo del Roberto.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Entonces sí puedo llegar a este. Es lo que le decía, que mi mouse da doble clic. No como en Logitech. No he visto que esas cosas se mueven. ¿Sí puedo salir? Aquí se puso loco.
Revelio.
Ah, sí. Como es zona nueva. Yo creo que antes de grabar debería estar desbloqueando todas las zonas y ya de ahí jugaría tranquilamente.
I'll always go to the magic meet. I've upset she won't soon be welcoming me back to Dogweed and Death Camp.
Hay una hoja por acá, pero no sé.
When I'm in Hogsmeade, I always pay a visit.
Revelio.
Ahí la vi.
Green can be a little fiery.
House Tree. Situado en el centro de las invernaderas de Hogwarts, diste a los gigantes esos temas raíces tan profundas y como en los calabozos de la escuela. Y se fue.
I've always said that travel brought...
Así ya puedo desplazarme. Ya tengo aquí todo esto. Y el más cercano es este. Lo que no va a tomar es la clase de encantamientos porque tengo que ir por mi hermana. Igual y lo hago rápido. ¿Dónde está?
Oh, hello.
A 51 metros. Armaduras. Ah, mira, se tocan solitos. Literal, se escucha feo, ¿verdad? Pero... ahí hay una hoja. Ese esqueleto es de Fénix o un augurio. Una ave fea que puede pronosticar la llegada de la lluvia y no sé qué más.
Revelio.
Y otra cosa. Como por acá seguramente.
Revelio.
Estamos en la mitad. Mira cuándo ya llegaría.
Is that all you've got? Well, bad.
Lo que decía. ¿Sí le va a parar?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge.
Ahorita que regreso a buscarlo.
To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprise opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Hacemos lo
Levioso.
Le faltó decir Switch, Inflict, Wingardium.
Let's try
Levioso.
something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, good. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy.
Protego!
You're good. Now accepted. Thank you. Good form.
I know. Let's just say
I'm doing joy and life duel.
Protego!
Ahí lo tiré.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. That's enough spectacle for one day. Classes.
Y ahí lo paramos.